Yet more news in the SSPX. A big donor is yanking funds because he's disgusted with these sex abuse scandals. Here to tell us more is senior producer Christine Niles. Christine, great to have you on again.
Thanks, James. Good to be here. Yes, this week we published a letter from a former lay member of the Society of St. Pius X, informing leadership he's canceling his $10,000 donation to the Immaculata Project. That's the construction project in St. Mary's, Kansas, to build what they claim is the biggest SSPX chapel in the world. St. Mary's is close to SSPX headquarters in the U.S. and has been rife with allegations of abuse. From the letter, I regret to inform you that considering the scandals that continue to surround the Society of St. Pius X, I can no longer support the Immaculata Project in good conscience. The latest allegation, which involves incest, is especially heinous. Now, that's referring to the case of Father Matthew Stafke, currently facing multiple criminal charges for child sex crimes, which include his confession that he molested his 9-year-old niece. Now, the SSPX waited 3 days after we broke the story to issue a public statement, but refused to answer whether Stafke had other allegations prior to this. And strangely, the SSPX actually sent him packing home in 2019 at the age of 35, where he stayed for 3 years without an assignment. It was during that time that he abused his niece. From the letter again, as a victim of sexual assault at the hands of a priest myself, I strongly urge the SSPX leadership to consider using its monies to compensate victims. Additionally, I urge these ordained men of God to pledge transparency and release a list of those who have been accused, cooperate with respective investigators, and fund an independent investigation into the ever-mounting allegations against their priests. Now, Church Militant has repeatedly asked the SSPX to publish a list of credibly accused priests, which, unlike the vast majority of dioceses and communities around the world, it refuses to do. In fact, the SSPX was the only religious community in France to refuse to open its clergy archives during the massive French sex abuse probe last year. Now, finally, the donor slams lay Catholics for enabling abuse. Quote, the SSPX should firmly condemn those members of the laity who have taken to the public with messages and retaliatory attacks that condone these perpetrators and their disgusting and demonic crimes. Some of the worst attacks we've received come from SSPX laity, who attack the messenger rather than admit their clergy are capable of abuse or corruption. And SSPX leadership actually encourages this type of behavior, which will inevitably lead to more and more people losing trust and taking their money elsewhere. Back to you, James.
Yeah, Christine, if only more donors were willing to call the SSPX to account, I think we'd see a lot more change very, very quickly. But until then, we'll keep relying on your stellar reporting to open our eyes to all of this. Christine, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
God bless.